Alright, so I don't know about you guys, but when I'm about to take on a big project, I like some room to breathe. So, I backed all the bikes out of here. Now we only have 3 motorcycles in this one car garage. Got my bin for parts. That one's just going to chill right here by the laundry machine. And I'm going after this guy. Let's see. So first step, I'm going to take off the plastics. I'm going to take off the tank, take off the carbs, stuff like that. Just get all this ancillary shit out of the way. It doesn't look like the plastics are going to be too hard to remove. Some newer bikes, if you guys are ever doing this with a newer bike, some newer bikes have these like little snap clips in with their plastics that the only way to remove them is to destroy them. There's no like screws or circlips or anything like that. Basically you have to destroy it, and so you have to buy all new clips when you put your bodywork back on. So don't just take off your bodywork willy-nilly. But so it looks like someone just has some regular old bolts, some little 10mm bolts sticking in here holding this thing on. So we're going to go after the belly fairing and then the side fairing, take off the tank, take off the front fairing, just get everything out of the way. Remember, when working on bikes, it's important to stay well lubricated. So I got lube for my bike and lube for me. So sometimes I get lazy and I don't do this, but things do generally go a lot smoother if you stay organized. This is kind of a cool thing to find. Looks like an aftermarket steering dampener. Very cool. I wonder if this guy was a fan of my channel. Look at this very rudimentary anti-theft device. Buried all the way down in here was his on-off switch. Just taped in here. Good for him. Alright, looking pretty fucking raw. Seats off, tanks off, fairings are off. Took off all the headlight and gauges and front end bracket and everything. Can't imagine this is doing very much good. Yeah, and so I'm draining the oil now because we're fixing to take off the oil cooler. In a minute here I'm going to be draining the radiator, and we'll take the radiator off, and that's just so that we can access the pipes. I would have liked to keep all this shit on, but I don't think we can get the pipes out without taking that out. Radiator coming out. Alright, so the radiator and oil cooler are out. Now I'm going after the pipes. I like to take out all the individual stud nuts and bolts first, and then I do the bolts that actually attach the cans to the bike, the ones that are back there. That way it doesn't put too much pressure, too much strain on like the very last exhaust stud, because they can be brittle, being exhaust parts, and they'll break off. So I do them first, get them out of the way, and then I relieve the weight of the pipes. Pipes are coming off. Carburetor is extracted. Seems to be like pretty good carbs. I'll clean these up, sell them on eBay, and probably make more back than what I spent on both of these motorcycles. You know, not to brag or anything, just facts. So now I'm just sort of going around unplugging things, pulling out wires and connections. I have to unhook the alternator, various sensors like I don't know, I think this thing had a kickstand sensor and such. I had to unhook the coil boots here, starter motor, alternator, a couple of grounds I had to take off. This is like a temperature gauge sending unit thing. Goes right in here into the thermostat. I'm gonna have to disconnect this piping in here for the coolant system. It's not gonna be a big deal because the radiator is already drained, so I just basically pull these pipes off and we're good. So far we've been pretty lucky that, you know, there's no two similar connections that I found. You know, I mean, when I put the new motor in, this is the only connection in this area of the bike that looks like this, and so I just switch it in here and we're all done. So I know that I think that this is going to be fairly easy to rewire and put all back together. We're getting close to drop time. Just got to do these connections and then take off the chain and take off the hydraulic line for the clutch, and then we ought to be there. I really like these rear sets a lot. It would have been awesome to know about them back when I was trying to find rear sets for my cafe racer. It comes with this little bracket here, which allows you to pop out your rear sets a little bit if you wanted to. So I'm going to keep a mental note next time I'm building the cafe racer, get some ZX-9 rear sets. Pretty cool. So I found the master link. Pop it out. Then I'm gonna try and encourage these things to pop out. Well, I'll do it with two hands. But we'll pop this out, pop the master link out, and then unthread the chain. This chain looks like it's pretty much reached the end of its life anyway. Kind of rusty. That's how you get the chain off. Alright, moment of truth. If I did my job correctly and everything is all disassembled and taken apart, this thing should just want to fall right down. From what I can tell, there are 4 places where this motor attaches to the frame. We have one short bolt right here and then one on the other side, and then a long bolt that goes through here and another long bolt that goes down here. And what I'm gonna do is take out these 2 bolts here, and hopefully the motor should just sort of like swing down, and then I'll take these 2 out and sort of let it drop down real gently. I'm always notorious for forgetting one motor mount bolt. I always think I have them all, and then I'm kicking and screaming at a motor and turns out it's still bolted to the frame. So don't quote me on this, but next episode should be me dropping the motor. Alright, thanks for hanging out.